Bruce?
Making an apple pie here.
How long is it taking you to make that one?
About an hour, again.
Well, is he ready to go in the oven?
She's ready.
Righto, we'll stick her in. Well, it's in there now, Bruce.
Yes.
How long has he got to stay there?
For approximately half an hour. Maybe more.
That's a very nice oven, isn't it?
Yes, it's very nice. What with the window, you can see what you're cooking without opening the door, and the inbuilt preheat timer.
Would you like one of these at home, or have you got one?
Oh, we haven't got one, but we'd very much like one. We're trying to talk the family into get one.
I went shopping this morning, and I was so disgusted with what I saw first up, I'm going to be quite specific. The shop I went to, there are two in this area, is located in Mitcham Road, Mitcham, at an area they call the Halfway Shopping Centre. Now, I walked into this shop and asked this chap what was his best line of tomatoes. I was shown this line here, and the price, I was told, was 1 and 9. I want you to have a look at them. Rather a revolting sight.
This was in 1967. I was working at that stage in the Melbourne City Council, and of course they asked permission for me to do it from the Melbourne City Council, and I remember the town clerk at that time said, I suppose your can will only last for a fortnight or so anyway. 21 years later it was still going.
Hello. Well, I've got something really special. Remember how I talked to you about big trees? I'm going to talk to you about small shrubs.
I think there was nothing on, to my knowledge, on gardening in those days at all, and I think it became a very important part of, people's involvement. Like going to church Sunday morning, they had to rush home quick to see so what, and when it was altered, when the times were altered, I'm so what, goodness me, the letters they got into the ABC here, just because it altered people's way of living,
I've got a little ivy. This one's called Conglomerata. Now, you're not going to remember that name, and don't worry about it. I'm going to get you to write into us about this in a minute.
One of the programs we're doing actually up on the log cabin, up on the veranda, and I had two ladies from the Box Hill Horticulture Society Floral Art Group, and they were doing floral arrangements. And programs all over, and I went over to Murray Lockie, our producer, and I said, Murray, I think I did the program with my fly undone. And quick as a lightning, Murray just said, don't worry about it at all, Kevin. If anybody said anything, would you say it's another dried arrangement?
OK, we'll see you next week. Cheerio.
The ABC commenced its education program. Initially, there were few television sets in schools, and there was some scepticism as to the value of television in education.
I wonder if there is any way in which we could form a new number so that we would know it would mean above 0 and not below 0.
The early broadcasts were often quite insipid. There was little concept of education being anything but chalk and talk. So much so that some were inspired to take matters into their own hands.